Hello movie fans and welcome to a latest horror DVD update. No, I haven't been doing many updates this year, but I've still been buying a hell of a lot of films, so I'm still totally obsessed with my movies, and a lot of the people on YouTube seem to be more interested in horrors, so I think I'll just do like a monthly horror thing for now. But I have been buying loads of DVDs, so let's get started. Here we have a 4 disc collection with My Best Friend is a Vampire, Repossessed, Slaughter High, and Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Haven't seen Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, but I've seen all the other 3 films, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've seen the first 2. Then we have the Midnight Horror Collection, which includes The Vampire Conspiracy, Fist of the Vampire, Curse of the Wolf, and Bachelor Party Bungalow of the Damned. I've only watched that one so far, which I didn't think was that great, but you know, hopefully the other films will be pretty good. Then we have the Blood Feast collection, 5 films, including Memorial Valley Massacre, It Happened at the Nightmare Inn, Pieces, Die Sister Die, and The Undertaker and His Pals. I only got this last week, so I haven't unwrapped it or watched any of the movies, but I've seen Pieces, but I haven't seen the others. Then we have the 12 movie collection, Bloodbath. Once again, I haven't watched any of these yet. They include Angst, A Brush with Death, The Chambermaid, Death on Demand, Demonic, Hallowed, Harvest of Fear, The Haunting of Rebecca Verlaine, Red Riding Hood, Shadows of the Dead, The Twisted Sisters, and The Uninvited. I have seen Red Riding Hood before, but I wasn't a massive fan of it. Yeah. Then we have this 4 disc collection of some of the After Dark Horror Fest movies, including Lake Dead, Unrest, Crazy Eights, and Wicked. Wicked Little Things. I've seen Lake Dead, I really liked it, I thought it was a really good film, but I haven't seen these other 3, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. I like the After Dark Horror Fest movies, I've seen quite a number of them, and I'm hoping to get some more of these collections, because they're pretty good. And the good thing is as well, unlike some collections, these are all separate. Not 2 films on 1 disc, or 4 films on 1 disc, but they've got their own separate discs, which is good. Picked up The Hitcher, double disc, special edition. Excellent movie. One of Rutger Hauer's best, I think. I've seen this movie quite a number of times, saw it at the cinema. I think it's great. Having a 2 disc special edition is just excellent. I've got the original 1 disc, but this has got lots of extras, and I'm looking forward to having a look at that. Then we have The Ultimate Killing Machine with Michael Madsen, which I've never seen before, but it's supposed to be really good. Invasion the Beginning, which only cost me £1, which I started watching last weekend, but it's just a bad version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which seems to concentrate on mainly women. About half an hour into the film, there starts being a lesbian scene between about 3 or 4 women, and I just thought the acting was over the top, and by that time I was a bit bored of it, even with the lesbian scene. So that wasn't great. We have Hide and Seek with Robert De Niro and Dakota Fanning, which is not a bad film. Remember when I saw it? It keeps you thinking about what's going on. Not really a horror, I suppose, more of a thriller, but yeah, not a bad film. We have this ghost film, What Lies Beneath, with Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer, which I was very disappointed with when I saw it at the cinema. Directed by Robert Zemeckis, but the last half an hour is pretty good. Pretty creepy, but yeah, very disappointed with that. And this film as well, which is called the Best Horror Film of the Year, Little Erin Merriweather, which I watched last weekend as well, which I was very disappointed with, once again. Yeah. And this, which is kind of a remake of Brian De Palma's Sisters, which starred Margot Kidder. This one stars Chloe Sevigny, who I really like from Kids and Boys Don't Cry, but I was really disappointed with this film as well. Yeah. You have this British horror, The Devil's Chair, which is okay. It didn't cost me much, so I thought I'd buy it. There's quite a few nice gory scenes, but yeah, it gets a little bit silly towards the end. And we have this film, Scar, that not a lot of people like, a serial killer film, which I suppose does get once again a bit silly towards the end of the film. But yeah, I thought it was okay. It's not great, but you know, it's okay. And there's this film, After Dusk They Come, which I saw last year. This is a good film about some people who end up on some island, and there's like these strange creatures that eat people on there, which I thought was a pretty good film. Thought I'd pick it up. And we have this film with Tara Reid, which I haven't seen, but all the reviews I've read have been bad. Incubus. But yeah, I might watch that later. So I think, if anything, you know, Tara Reid's in it. She's not bad looking, so. Yeah, this film, which I've never seen before, Haunted Boat, which was cheap as well. Thought I'd pick it up. And we have the 2-disc of Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, which a lot of people were disappointed with, but I thought it was okay actually when I saw it at the cinema. Quite liked it. First one was, yeah, okay. You know, I'm not a massive fan of the Blair Witch Project, but yeah, this was good. If you don't treat it like a sequel, I think you'll quite enjoy it. Now with this film, which I still haven't seen, which has got rave reviews when it came out, My Little Lie. This is a 2-disc special edition. So I'm looking forward to seeing that at some point. And there's this film which is kind of a war film crossed with a ghost sort of horror type thing, Red Sands, which I was very disappointed with, but it was cheap, so I thought I'd pick it up. This film, which I've never seen before, Sickle, which was only £1, as you can see there, which I might watch later as well. Then we have The Grudge. This is the extended director's cut, which is only about 6 minutes longer. I haven't seen this yet, so I can't really say what the differences are. I mean, I've read about the extra bits. I mean, 6 minutes isn't really a lot for a director's cut, but that's not a bad film. It's quite eerie. Then we have this awful remake of The Fog, which I've only seen once. I might watch it again, see what I think of it again, but you're never going to beat the John Carpenter original. I just thought I'd pick this up and add it to my collection. Then we have a few monster movies. We've got 1 Million BC, which was only £1. Stars Michael Gross from Tremors, and yeah, this isn't bad. It's like a sci-fi film made, you know, movie. So you can't expect a lot. The special effects are okay. Now this film, which I was really looking forward to when I heard about it, Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer, which I just thought was okay. It's got Robert Englund in it, and yeah, I thought it was going to be really good, but yeah, it was okay. We have Loch Ness Terror, which I haven't watched before, with Brian Krause from Sleepwalkers, which looks okay, as monster movies go. You know, this film, Warbirds, which I think Scottish Film Fan showed and said he really hated, but I watched this last weekend and I thought it was okay. I mean, some of the acting was a bit over the top, and once again, this is one of those films that's made for the Sci-Fi Channel, so don't expect Jurassic Park type special effects, but yeah, as films go, it was okay. You know, there's some quite good action scenes. I mean, you know, some of the acting was over the top, as I said. You know, it's mainly stars women, you know, but yeah, it was okay. There's this film which I haven't seen before, Wendigo, which is supposed to be really good. This was only £1 as well, which I'll maybe watch this weekend. And there's this British film, which is, once again I haven't seen before, When Evil Calls, about some ghostly clown who grants wishes, which yeah, has already been done before, but that was cheap as well. And another monster movie, El Chupacabra, which I've never seen before. This was only £1 as well, so I thought I'd pick it up. Sonata, another film I've never seen before. Hopefully it's only quite good, so hopefully that'll be good. Then we have these 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. I was thinking a few weeks ago I haven't got these films, so I must pick them up. Watched them both again a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, they're great films. 28 Days Later is the first one. 28 Weeks Later, although not as good as 28 Days Later, which was directed by Danny Boyle, the opening scene with Robert Carlyle escaping from all of the virus-infected zombies, I suppose you could call them, when he's running across the fields and they're all chasing him, I think that's an excellent scene to start off a movie with. And there's a scene also later on with one of the guys from Romeo and Juliet flying a helicopter, chopping into all of the virus-infected zombies, and there's arms and heads and blood splattering everywhere. I think that's a great scene as well. And so yeah, although not as good as 28 Days Later, still not a bad film with some quite good gore scenes. And we have this film, I think, from the 80s with R. Lee Ermey, as you can see there, from Full Metal Jacket, Death Stone. I'm sure I've seen this once. I thought it was quite good. I think some jewel gets found, and I think this woman gets possessed by some spirit and takes some kind of revenge. I'm not quite sure. I can't really remember. It's years since I saw it, maybe 15, 20 years ago. Then we have Amityville 2: The Possession, which I really like. It's probably my favourite Amityville film. This was only £3, not the special edition that they did in the UK, which is deleted now, which had some deleted scene, I think a deleted scene in the trailer. But yeah, it was good to pick this up. Then we have 9 Lives with Paris Hilton, which I thought was okay. I mean, she's not the main star, although she's the star that's featured on the cover. But yeah, it was okay. Not a bad film. Then we have this Hilary Swank film, The Reaping, which I didn't like much. But once again, it was cheap, so I thought I'd pick it up. We have the original Omen, which wasn't £6.97, it was only £1.25. So I thought I'd pick this up. I do have the Omen box set, but I thought I'd get this because it's got a number of special features, and yeah, it's a classic. Then we have this Mia Farrow film, See No Evil, which I've never seen before, which got really good reviews, so I thought I'd get it. They say that yeah, it's a really excellent film, so I thought I'd pick that up. Then we have the remake of Wreck, which is Quarantine, of course, the American remake, which I thought was okay. I still prefer Wreck, but this is okay. I thought I'd pick that up, didn't have it. And we have Catacombs with Shannon Sossamon and Alicia Moore, who's also known as Pink, which I was really looking forward to seeing this film when it first came out, but it was slightly disappointing, supposedly based on true events, but once again, I suppose not really a horror, more of a thriller, but yeah, it was okay. And the last one I'm going to show to you, which I haven't seen all of, I started watching it, but got a little bit bored of it, called Welcome to the Jungle. But some kids going looking for some lost tribe, or investigating the Michael Rockefeller disappearance. That's what they're mainly going for. It's based on true events of Michael Rockefeller, who disappeared in 1961. So yeah, there's all the horror pickups there for February. She must agree there's quite a number there. I did get some box sets as well, which I didn't show today. And yeah, hopefully be picking up a lot more horror films in March. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this little update, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.